So, what did we learn from our first attempt to mesh our warfighting ops concept with the nation's rail network? Let's find out. Three aspects of our mission model needed close on-the-rails examination: train alert, egress from the garrison, and patrol. Train alert is a state in our model which describes the day-to-day alert posture of our trains and missiles. Egress is a state in our mission model which describes the physical act of leaving the garrison, in today's case F.E. Warren, and moving our rail garrison trains from the shelter to the connecting commercial rail line. Patrol is a state in our mission model which describes our tactical operations while deployed on the nation's rail system. The Union Pacific Railroad backed a special 4-car, 1-engine train into a siding on Francis E. Warren Air Force Base early on the morning of the 17th of February. The UP, under Air Force contract, provided an SD-40 General Motors diesel locomotive, similar to the one the Air Force may buy or lease for its rail garrison trains, and 4 passenger cars. The last car was a track observation car used to view wide expanses of the track while on the move. More than 40 people boarded the train at F.E. Warren. Representatives from the Air Staff, Headquarters SAC, the Ballistic Missile Office, the Boeing Company, TRW, Afrotech, and Air Force Systems Command, including Brigadier General Jameson, 4th Air Division Commander, and Colonel Gary Curtin, Wing Commander at F.E. Warren, formed the Ops Cadre. SAC staffers included members from the ICBM Requirements Branch, Security Police, Missile Operations Management, Logistics, Public Affairs, Communications, Force Applications and Targeting, and Command Control. At approximately 9:10, a scenario problem card was handed to the train commander, Major Rick Barfield. The card stated that he had just received a valid higher authority order to egress the garrison and proceed to Laramie, Wyoming on patrol and then south into Denver. Major Barfield assembled his battle staff members, simulated contacting the train engineer and the train dispatcher at Cheyenne, Wyoming. At approximately 9:15, the first rail garrison train moved from train alert status to egress status and rolled out of Francis E. Warren Air Force Base, Wyoming, to the UP rail net at Cheyenne, Wyoming. Egress was accomplished without much difficulty, even though it involved using base trackage and trackage from the Burlington Northern Railroad before entering onto the UP rail net. Once on the UP main line, the special train backed into the town of Cheyenne and spotted at the depot. At the depot, everyone detrained and toured the Union Pacific Cheyenne's dispatcher's office. Here, UP officials and dispatchers answered a myriad of questions concerning train control, priority movements, and types of train control which would be used on today's movement to Laramie and Denver. Train dispatchers showed the group that efficient train control via centralized traffic control and track warrant movement authority covered nearly all of the planned route. Train dispatchers also assured military members, including General Jameson, that rail garrison trains, if ever called out of garrison, would be handled with the strictest of confidence and with an extreme sense of urgency when responding to the orders and requirements of the train commander. After the brief tour and explanation of the Union Pacific dispatching systems, the group boarded this train for the day-long exercise of simulating patrol tactics over more than 300 miles of track in the southeast corner of Wyoming and the northeast corner of Colorado. Once on board the train, the battle staff quickly formed and began to respond to scenario problem cards. More than 100 problem cards were used to make each agency on the SAC staff, Air Staff, BMO, Boeing, and TRW think about and respond in writing to the issues of operating on the rails. Questions dealing with safety, protesters, disaster response, train dispatchers, communications, possible launch locations, parking locations, track characterizations, security responses, maintenance and resupply were just some of the areas that the battle staff asked UP officials about and saw firsthand for themselves as they moved down the rails. Communication problems while on patrol were also presented to the group. One problem card called for General Jameson to contact command and control officers aboard the SAC Airborne Command Post, Looking Glass. General Jameson had no problem contacting General Dempsey on board the Glass by using UP communication equipment patched into headquarters SAC.
Roger, Bob. Good talking to you. Have a good flight.
Same to you, Dirk. Thanks for the call.
Okay, this is UP Extra 3522 West out.
Roger, this is a class out.
On the way back to Denver, the train commander and his battle staff solved many other rail operational problems to include taking control of the train and heading it into a siding at Carr, Colorado to simulate a maintenance rendezvous point. The train commander also performed a pre-surveyed benchmark alignment near Eaton, Colorado. With the help of the onboard train staff, both maneuvers were accomplished without any difficulty.
Will our operations concept work on the rails? We think so. As you can see, a tremendous amount of work has already been done by the SAC staff to develop a sound, safe means of deploying Rail Garrison. We're confident within the next few months we'll even have more details as we have our other exercises. Until then, we think we're on the right track. Okay, Bob, let's eyeball.